Hello, my name is Lily and we will be doing an Infusionsoft review for today. I'm going to be showing you what are Infusionsoft capacities and some of the limitations. Infusionsoft has a lot of powerful features, a lot of powerful tools, and if you know how to manage it, you can grow your business a lot via automation or via marketing, automation marketing or automation billing. And so here we go. We're going to start with showing you the main menu. Depends on the models that you have for Infusionsoft is what you can do. Here I'm going to show the most basic. I mean, there's one that is more basic that doesn't have the e-commerce on it, but most of the people get the e-commerce as well. So we will be reviewing this one. You will see that the first thing is the part of CRM. The CRM, it will just manage contacts, companies, you will even have opportunities, referral partners, and etc. In contacts is where you're going to add all the information of any of your contacts or leads, and you have powerful search. I'm just going to make a basic search and I'm going to show you how the information of contacts is inside here. It has a lot of options, and also one thing to consider though when you are choosing Infusionsoft, some older programs or CRMs base their key or their information on phone. So whenever you wanted to consult a person, make a search, the phone will be like the main thing. Here, because it combines marketing, email marketing, the main thing and the must-have field in your contacts is the email. Based on the email, you can also make sure that you don't get duplicates. If you actually need duplicates for email, you can do that. But one of the best feature is that no matter how your leads come in, if you can verify it by email, then you guarantee there's not going to be duplicates. And there's a way that if you get more contacts from different importing or from web forms, then there's a way to remove duplicates and merge every contact that contains the same email. So that's a good feature too. Then over here, what I like is that you have a history here. In Infusionsoft, you categorize or tag, how they call each contact. And the tag contains a date stamp. That way you know exactly which date there were certain actions that your contact did. And there's a whole history there. So I really like that part. You can also have a history of tasks that somebody of your users of Infusionsoft can complete. They can have notes. We will talk about for submissions in a little bit. And the other thing that is great is the history of emails. Not only the history of what email they receive, but also the history of which ones they open. This one, they're all unopened, so let me see if we choose another one, we may find something else. So I found another contact. This person has a history, and in this one you can see that it's showing what emails they have been opened and even the ones that have been clicked on. You can also see that there's this next to the email. That means that the email was confirmed. When you want to have a stronger and cleaner list, you can make people confirm their email address, and that also helps you for the part of the email marketing that we'll talk about a little bit. Another thing that you can save here, well, you have addresses, you have additional information, Person's note is something that I like. When you're talking about people that has vendors and each vendor has its accounts, you can add notes and then just save it, and then you can just keep having like a history of like general. If you get that contact on the phone, then you can give a fast look to your person's note and have a little bit of the summary of what had been going on besides the tags, which actually we can see them here. You know, you can see the dates these tags were applied. That gives you a lot of history, and I like that too. Another thing is, let me see, I think that's the scores. Okay, we will go through this in a second just to keep order here. So the next thing, I'm going to talk about opportunities. What's an opportunity? This comes handy more when somebody has a contact, just a contact, and that contact generates different opportunities, different options to purchase. Like right now, they may want to buy something and the sale was closed or not, but then in 6 months they want to buy something else, and you want to keep the history of each of that opportunity. So I'm just going to click on one of them. So here you can keep the information. Every opportunity is connected to one of the contacts. So the contact needs to exist, but you can have as many opportunities as you want per contact. And so you can have here more information, when will this deal will be closed, and you can actually have more fields here if you want more information about this specific sale. You also have stages. This is very important because as you move on your steps to complete or close the sale, you want to keep track of what stage they're on. And then they have reports. That's where, like, if you want to make a promotion, you can go to reports that just pulls out people from certain stage. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So you put new search, and let's say you only want a certain stage. So let's think that you only want the ones that they already have quotes then. So you make search, and you have this one. So you know that these are the opportunities you want to tackle down. So I really like that part of it. And you can just open it, and then you can either send emails or do whatever you need just to this specific stage. And then going back to the contact, you will see that there's an area here called opportunities. And well, this contact only has one opportunity, but this is where you will see how many opportunities they has. So again, history. That's a thing that is, as a CRM, it keeps history and you keep track of your contacts. So I really like that too. Then moving on, I mean, besides the CRM, that it actually is like other CRM, you may think that, but the powerful thing about it is that it's connected to this awesome marketing automation that you can have. So I will divide this powerful area into is the campaign builder or the email and broadcast. Email and broadcast, if you are familiar with other autoresponders or email marketing, it's similar. You know, you will start an email, you will choose the list, or in this case the tags that you want to send this email to, and then you just send it, and that's it. But you know, so this part just do this. And by the way, their latest email builder. I really like it. It's completely responsive. It has a lot of tools. You can play a lot with it, and the emails that it's creating nowadays are really nice. So that it's something that is new and that they didn't have it. I mean, I think it has been out for like 6 months or maybe a little more, but I really give a star, 5 stars on that. But anyway, what I was saying is, in comparison with the other emails, the ones that send broadcast marketing emails, it gives you extra things because you can tag a link, like this can become a link, for example, that to go to the URL, and then you can choose a tag here. And the thing that is awesome is that tag that gets attached to the contact can trigger actions, can trigger more emails, can trigger other tasks to do for your sales agents, or it can give you a lot. Or you can just keep categorizing, just the ones that click on it. Now they have this tag. Now I know I can just see this group of people and do something with them. So that's one of the things. So okay, so in that area, that's what I like. Also, it's a very user friendly. The other part of your marketing, and what I consider the one with the funner, it's the campaign builder. Campaign builder can do so much. I want to see which one I can show you to give you a good example. Yep, here is. So I'm just going to give you a basic, the basic one. Now we're going to talk about how Infusionsoft can connect to your website and have web forms in your website, and then that will be your lead magnets or landing pages, and that will put people into these campaigns. So for example, the most basic one, you want a newsletter. Okay, so you create whatever you want your leads to answer, to have in the system, and then they enter the information, and then at that point you can send them here. You can send them to different sequences. Each of these ones are sequences. And for example, first thing I want to do is apply tags just to make sure they are categorized correctly. And in this case, where I also like to do like a double opt-in process, and then just wait 10 minutes and then send an email, a welcome email. So this is the most basic type of things that you can do in a campaign builder, and to be capturing new leads. However, we can get as complex as we like, and that's another thing that I really enjoy when I work with Infusionsoft, that doesn't matter if you have a simple task to automate or a very complex task, because you can do both and go a long way. You can always start small, and little by little you can start adding on, automating more things. This I'm gonna try to explain, and it's just a little example about like a giveaway. Somebody wants to enter the giveaway, then if they don't complete all the information on the giveaway, they are receiving an email reminding them and asking them to finish their entry. The ones that finish their entry go through another path, and then depending the answer on that entry, on that web form that they fill out, they will either receive a series of email or another series of email. This is where you start getting more customized or more personalized. The contacts start feeling a more one-on-one communication, although it's automated. So that is great. And The way that Infusionsoft does it is by these decision diamonds, where depending on the answers of the contact is the series of emails they're going to receive. So that is a huge advantage. Then it keeps going, and I mean, this is more complex, but like you can see here, I mean, there's a point where when you want to stop sending the emails, you select goals. That's how they're called. Like, this goal is that the lead becomes a customer, purchase something. So from here they go to here. How it's called is like they are taken out of the sequence. So they stop receiving that series of email. You are just pushing the sale, making them more interesting, give them more information, and with one email, one will purchase, but then the rest of the people need more emails till they feel comfortable with your product. But then at the moment that they purchase, they can be taken out. They are not going to receive those emails, and now they can start receiving emails as customers. And that's where the power is. I think this is the part that is the most powerful. Now, you may be wondering, how do I know that a customer purchased? And that takes us to the next part, the next model, which is the e-commerce model. I'm not, I mean, I do like the power of the e-commerce model. Functional. It's very functional, and it gets it done. But I also know that design wise and areas like that, it does have some areas of opportunity that they could make it better. Like, there are order forms. Well, let me show you. Let's see what we have here. This one is just a test order form, but you can see, I mean, it can have some HTML add-on. Maybe these colors can be changed, and with some scripts you can add little things here and there. But to be honest, it's rigid. It's not that flexible. For example, you cannot add more things here, and you must have this information. And I don't know, like, maybe you don't care about the address, but it will still ask the address just in order to make the purchase. So that part I don't like too much. I do like the option here is not showing it, but you can integrate it with PayPal. Although when you use PayPal, there is a problem too, that you cannot do the refunds through when you do the refunds through PayPal. The merchant is not integrated 100%, so you have to manually go into Infusionsoft to show the refund in your order. So that's another issue. So this area, like I said, e-commerce, it could be better, but you can definitely use it. You can make it functional. You can have your order forms. You can have your refunds. And then you have a list of orders. Although I don't think I have orders here. Let me see. Yeah, I have a lot. So I'm just going to show you something that I was talking about. So let's say we have this order, and if this happened to be with PayPal, you have to, usually you just click here refund payment, and then it just goes through it. But if you have PayPal, if you click here refund, it won't refund in PayPal. You have to manually refund PayPal, and then here you have to do a manual, what is called a manual refund, in order to keep the information correct inside Infusionsoft. So now that we know about the orders, I want to show you, being in the CRM part of Infusionsoft, you can go to the orders, and here you're going to see how many orders this customer has done. So here you just see one, but you can have a whole list. You also have the options of subscription, which is awesome because you can just have something be charged, like you said, for a whole year. Just charge $10 per month, and then you just automatically do it. It also gives you the options to automate things like when a payment fails. When it's an automatic payment, let's say it's a subscription, and month 1, month 2, they went through, no problem. Month 3, credit card sends a failed payment, you didn't charge it, an email is triggered to the contact saying something is wrong. Can you contact us so we can update your credit card or something? And then sometimes people, they just ask for a few more days to process the charge again, or they just need to update the expiration date on the card. Which that information usually is here right now. This one was through another an APIs, but usually you have the information here and you can update it. So that's another part that is really, really good. And let's see. Here in the e-commerce area, you can also create promotions, you can create coupons, you also have reports of all your orders, and you can have some, purchase actions. Billing automation is the one that I was mentioning, that, if it's a failed payment, you can trigger a email. Purchase action is depending what product they purchase, then there's other actions like apply this tag, which that's how the goals are achieved in the campaign builder. You can either make a goal of purchase or a goal of tags. And if you're a little more involved, you're interested in something more sophisticated with your other softwares, I want to let you know, though, that Infusionsoft has a lot of potential with APIs. You can send tags, you can send purchases, you can, like for example, like right now I was saying, the order forms are not that great, and you may want more control over them. That's okay. If you have a developer creating the order form in your page, have like a cart there, then when the purchase is made, then via API you just send a tag saying, hey, this person purchased, apply a tag, and then it just, I don't know, like this one customer, this a tag that was applied because he purchased, and with that then actions can be made and triggered. So that's very good. Using the API in Infusionsoft really makes this more powerful in case you already have more softwares out there to make them all being in the same page. Then you have other things here in Infusionsoft. I mean, in order to create order forms, you have to create products, and it's another thing. You have, like I said, reports. Then of course, you have to connect it with a merchant account. Infusionsoft offers now, they didn't before, they offer now a merchant account with them. So that's the one that works, I will think, kind of the best, and you just need to make sure, depending on the country you're on, make sure that everything is in order, because sometimes they have problems. One time I had a problem that I was charging in dollars, but the person was receiving the money in a Canadian bank account that was on US dollar currency, but they were sending it as Canadian dollar. So there was an issue there. So just make sure that I mean, depending the country you're on and the bank account and the currency all match. So you make sure that you can use it no problem with the merchant. Other than that, works good. The refunds and everything else. Just going a little back to the CRM, referral partners. I'm going to explain a little bit about it. Referral partners is when you have like a link that you give to somebody that then you will have like you will keep information about which leads were sent by this referral partner, or usually known as affiliates. And to be honest, this one, it's definitely functional. You can make it happen, but the part of referral partners is not too flexible. You have to adapt to the way that they want you to use it. I'm saying you as Infusionsoft, as the system. And so that causes some problems, because they do have an area that are like the membership area for your affiliates, but it's not flexible, doesn't look too good. It forces you to have a menu, and if you are using a different language, then it's just gonna be in English. And anyway, so it depends. If you just have basic affiliate system, go for it, use it. You use the web forms of Infusionsoft, and you're gonna have all the information of who refer who, and you can even have here is where is let me see. Well, what I'm trying to show is just that you if you're paying per if you're the person that you refer made a purchase, then you can get certain commission. Right now I'm not showing it here, but you can see how much commission you owe to each of your affiliates. You can remember it's the ledger. That's how it's called here. And you can show that I already paid this amount, I still owe this amount, and it's good functional wise, to be honest. I mean, it is powerful, but most of the time there are little details that, for my experience, they cannot get adjusted to the exact way people that use Infusionsoft wants. I think that this is more because there's so many different ways that you can do affiliates that's why it makes it harder. That like there's not just one affiliate way, affiliate dashboard, affiliate interface that it will work for everybody. But I mean, it's a good for starters and not too big of systems. And talking about the referral partners, I was talking about, well, you have web forms. One way that Infusionsoft handles getting leads, like I mentioned when we were in Campaign Builder, is with web forms. The web forms can either be used directly hosted by them. I'm going to go and show it just so you know what I'm talking about. Or you can integrate it in your website. They give you either an HTML code or a script code. I prefer the script code because if you make a change inside here, then it's reflected immediately. However, some pages, it just cuts it. Sometimes it cuts it. The script doesn't work too good, and more when it's a responsive page. That's another thing. Their web forms are not responsive. So I think that they will eventually step it up, just like how they did with the email builder. The email builder wasn't responsive. Now it's responsive and is one of the best ones out there. So I think they will do something with the web forms, but at this point they are not that responsive. So this is just an example. This is one that is hosted. directly, and then you can either choose, here's a do-it-yourself. You can have your Java, that is just like a script. You have the HTML code that it will make it look just like this. And then they give you this one. Why do you want the on-style one? Well, because when you use this one, if you have a developer or a designer handling your website, they will know what to do with it. They will just take it and they will make it look as your website is already with the same font. Like, for example, this one has these fonts already. You could play with the button though. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, you can actually create nice buttons here. You can, change it. But sometimes doesn't match completely to your website. So I will say that the best thing if you want to add it to your website is to use these and have your designer just get these and make it pretty. But if you're just starting or you're just having something small, then you can definitely use the hosted version. I like they let you change the name, so at least although you have this before, you can change the last part of it. Also here, after you fill out a web form, you have the option to show hosted thank you page, or you can choose a URL in your site. So whenever after somebody fills out that web form, it will just go to that site saying, oh, thank you for your submission and whatever instructions you want to give. One problem though, sometimes, is that a lot of people have those pop-up, they look pop-up here on your website, and that's where they want to use this submission form. I have seen it done that then the thank you page can be inside that little square, but usually it will just redirect you to a page. So if you have a website with that pop-up and then you fill out, then it will take you to a whole page. It's not just going to close that little window. Maybe if you have a good developer or designer and they can figure something out. I have seen it done, but I'm not really sure how. So it's usually some people that are not that happy about it, but still it's functional and I think it's fine. I mean, I don't know. I do think it's good. I don't really have many complaints about the web forms. Besides that they are not responsive, like I said. Hopefully they do that soon. So in summary, I'm just gonna mention everything back. Oh, well, no, I do have one more thing that I want to say. There's a dashboard. Dashboard is where you can put information via reports and have, these ones can be tagged. Well, this one is actually stages. This is coming from the, where is it? Opportunities. These are stages. So I'm showing here how many people per stage. And then if you click on it, then you can see the list of it. So that way it will avoid having to make a new search if you just want something fast. And then go from there to look to your contact. You can also have things by tags. How many with this tag, how many in the last 30 days they have it, how many in a year has get these tags. And you can add other things. Also here is a place where you can see announcements, like this one, phone support will be closed and just things, and then you read them, you just close them, right? But yeah, I mean, this is very useful when you have somebody that always wants to be checking stats. There are some limitations when we're talking about reports or dashboard with Infusionsoft. Sometimes when you need more detailed stats, it's better to export. You can actually make, get searches, contact searches, or order searches, and it lets you export it to Excel. And then there you can, then you can export another list and then make, match it. If somebody knows about Excel, you can do a VLOOKUP and match it by contact ID. And then that will let you have more information, more detailed information. So depending how much you want to get in detail with your stats, you can either just use this dashboard or just take it to Excel and then play with the Excel and that data there. But at least as a basic, as a summary, you can definitely use their dashboard. And then the task, I will just go through the task, just the last thing to do. Let's see. Tasks are just things that are trigger. To-dos can be called to-dos, trigger for people, and each one will have different information. Like this, the task is to call when the task was created, and then information about why this task was created, and then when the task is created, then you just mark it as complete. You put your completion date and then save it, and then it's gone. Like if you're this person and this task just disappears, and then you can go to the next one and the next one and the next one. So that's definitely useful for especially sales agents. And this task can be triggered from the campaign builder as well. Like let's say after a web form was filled out, somebody has to call this new lead. A task can be created. The person comes in their task area, open it, and then all the information to call them is there, and they go ahead and that's it. So that keeps it organized. So that's it from this part. CRM, like I mentioned, is just like a CRM, keeping information from contacts. The marketing is the area where you send the broadcast or you do your triggering campaign sequences and autoresponders, and like I said, like the most powerful one. And then you have your e-commerce, just to get your sales done. And well, you have your admin area that you create users, you add custom fields. Here's where you clean your data. Here's where you take out the duplicates and things like that. So that's a summary of Infusionsoft. Like I said, it's very powerful. It does have some area of opportunity. I hope they fix some of those things. They do add things all the time. It's another thing. They're always improving. So Infusionsoft keeps surprising me, and I'm sure those things are gonna be better soon. But that's it. That's what it is. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please click the link below to sign up for a free Infusionsoft interactive demo and personalized consultation. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Bye-bye.